Bonjour mes amis! Hi guys, it's not every day I get to review and enjoy a beautiful tourbillon. So yes, this one is made right across the border from Hong Kong in the Guangzhou area, I believe, maybe in Shenzhen. And what I love about this one is that the dimensions are great and you have the full open works to see everything that's going on this watch. Now, I know what you're going to say, Chinese tourbillon, we heard about them. Quality can vary. This one, you get 2 years of warranty, and I think it's a great way to enter this very special. It's not exactly a complication in the strict sense of the term, but making a tourbillon really normally comes at a very, very high price. The entry level for a Swiss tourbillon is around $5,000, which is an incredible feat already from the brand Bio. I will put a couple of pictures on the screen. But you will know that that watch is 44 millimeters, so 4 millimeters larger than this. So really, really too big. It's a bit thicker than this one. Really, the look is fairly similar. I think the Swiss one is a bit sportier, but it costs 5 times more than this Agelocer. That's the way I pronounce it. To be honest with the branding, I would put more forward the fact that it is made in China, and I would be proud of it, and maybe found a name that doesn't sound a bit more like a sort of a Swiss brand. So yeah, price for this watch around $800 to $1,000 typically. There is a link in the description. I get to keep this watch, so you are aware, and I have to say I'm really enjoying wearing it. It's quite, there's a few reviews of this watch on YouTube, but none of them really gives you the impression of how it feels when you're used to more mainstream brands to wear this one. And it is quite a spectacle on the wrist, and a great talking piece. Now, what I really love, as you can see, my wrist is 17 centimeter. It wears perfectly, whether you wear it as a dress watch or a casual watch. So the case, the style of which you might recognize, is very similar to what you get from a super high-end watchmaker, Lange & Söhne. I really love this case. It's only 40 millimeters by 10 of a thickness, and lug to lug is going to be 46. I believe we have 20 millimeter lug spacing. The spring bar is curved here. Now let's take it off the wrist. Of course, full open works. You can see everything that's going on. 80 hours of power reserve through 2 barrels, so it's a manual wind. You get to see all the gears turning. A lot of fun, and you have a visual sort of estimation of when you should rewind the watch. 80 hours of power reserve, that's over 3 days. And here it's not just a tourbillon, it's a flying tourbillon, so there's no bridge on top. So it looks like it is suspended in the air. And of course, this is the talking piece. And what I love about the watch is that the finish on every part of the watch is excellent. So, you can sneer all you want at the fact that it is made in China. You have to admit that where else are you going to find something so compelling, so exciting, with the whole movement suspended on those interesting bridges with a brush finish. You will notice that the leaf hands, the minute one reaches the outer edge, so it's easy to read the time. It's not the most legible of watches, and I would advise the brand to also maybe add some luminescent material to enjoy it at night. But otherwise, no problem to set it. When you pull the crown, you can set the time. It will stop actually the time from running, but the carousel or the tourbillon doesn't stop itself. So be careful, make sure to push it back in. The tourbillon goes around the dial, goes around in 1 minute. And look at it going. It's just mesmerizing. I mean, you have to admit that it is absolutely mesmerizing. The back of the watch is also beautifully made. quite different than the front. And so the tourbillon pivots around this bridge here. Everything looks really good. 25 joules, so synthetic rubies. 80 hours power reserve, which is really nice. This is the case. I think it's a great looking case with the short lugs, very similar to what I had on my longer annual calendar. Everything is really finished really well. So the watch comes with this one here with a leather band, which is nicely bolstered here, and then tapers down to a very supple feel. This one comes with a deploying clasp, not my favorites, but have managed, after breaking in the strap a little bit. I like to turn it around the finger like this to break it in, make it supple. I managed to get a very comfortable fit. You can get the watch on a bracelet. One more advice for the brand, I would say maybe consider a simple fabric, nice thick fabric strap with a simple tang buckle like you find on Audemars Piguet, for example, code 1159. That would suit the watch as well and make it a bit more casual perhaps than the leather. But I will look into getting a replacement for this strap here to wear it in a more casual fashion. The watch normally has 50 meters of water resistance, so it is resistant to splash, rain. I wouldn't really want to go in the water with it, but normally it should be fine to resist a little dip in the pool. The strap folds over itself on both sides. It's sort of a system that Cartier had introduced, and it's a friction fit closing mechanism. For now, all good. I'm afraid that over time it might pop open by itself, so that's why I usually prefer a simple tang buckle. But so far so good, and it wears well. So there you go. You have the signature here logo on the crown, and check out the link. Agelocer, they make different designs, and I would really like to review the world timer that they make. It looks really good, and if the finishing is as good as this watch, I mean, really for the price, you really can't ask for more, complain. Now, of course, at the origin, the Tourbillon 200 years ago was created by Louis Abraham Breguet to improve timekeeping of the pocket watches, and it's been adapted to wristwatches, and by everyone's admission, it doesn't really improve that much chronometry, and most very high-end tourbillons are not even chronometer certified. So this watch here on the time grapher runs around +3, +11 in different positions. The accuracy is rated, I think, -25, +25. So basically, it will run as well as a $1,000 Seiko diver, for example. So I think it's fine there, and it's more for the spectacle than the chronometry that we have at Tourbillon here. So there you go. Maybe this video has changed a bit your opinion of those famous Chinese-made tourbillons. I think the brand here does things really well. Love the case, the overall feel of the watch, and it's an amazing talking piece. And maybe if you're thinking of buying a Swiss-made or German-made tourbillon costing the price of a house, maybe you should start with this and see if this is for you. One more thing I would say, I think there's air coating on the underside. As you can see, it does a reasonable job, but there are some reflections on the watch, and the ticking of the watch is quite loud. I will put it right next to my microphone. So in a quiet room, you will hear it, which is to some a pleasure, to other a distraction. So there you go. I hope you have enjoyed this presentation. Let me know what you think about the Agelocer Tourbillon series. I have to say, it's a great pleasure, a lot of fun to discover. Bye bye, guys.